Hello, my friends. Jonathan Mudd here, coming to you from the Well House with episode number 11 of Down the Rabbit Hole, where I'm digging into the tracks from my new album, Meant for the Sun. I've done 10 episodes of this little YouTube program so far, and I've gone deep on 10 out of the 11 songs on the Meant for the Sun album. Today, I'm going to cover the last remaining track. It's a song called Soul Shake. At some point when I was growing up in the 1970s, young people started shaking hands differently. The traditional handshake of our parents was suddenly uncool, and kids hit on an alternative. At the time, I don't think I knew really where it came from, but I had the sense that it had come from black folks. And before long, all young people were doing it, black and white. I looked into it recently and discovered that this alternate shake had actually originated with black soldiers during Vietnam. And it's the precursor to what we call dapping today. I also didn't know that DAP is an acronym for dignity and pride. Anyway, for as long as I can remember, my father and I had our own little DAP style handshake. A little shake and bump and slap and slide thing, not too showy, just quick and close. And we did it all the time. Every time we said hello and goodbye, every moment of congratulations or thank you, every kind of occasion you can think of, it was just our thing. We called it our soul shake, and we didn't share it with anybody else. Our soul shake was our shake. Throughout my lifetime, it just quietly reinforced our father and son bond. My dad died when I was writing songs for the Meant for the Sun album. He was in his 90s and had lived a great long life, and he was relatively healthy and mentally very sharp until the end. His decline started when he took a spill a couple years prior, something I talked about in episode number 2 of Down the Rabbit Hole when I was talking about my song, It Starts With a Fall. On the day Dad died, the last time I saw him, it was clear he was getting close. He was getting weak and he was starting to fade. And when I went to tell him goodbye, not for good, but just for the night, I thought, I took his hand and he automatically just went into our soul shake. Shake, slap, slide, bump, just like he had always done, even in his state. He died peacefully a few hours later.
Give me one more soul shake to my very core tonight. I can feel my heart break when you smile at me. We go falling back through time.
A question that songwriters get asked all the time is, what do you start with, the words or the music? For me, the answer is, it depends. Sometimes I've got a riff or a sequence of chords, and sometimes I've got a lyric. If I do start with the music, I try not to go too deep into the song without coming up with at least a few words, because the words will suggest a melody, and the melody might take you somewhere cooler than the chords that you've got preordained for the song. Soul Shake was different. Musically, I had pretty much the entire song written and arranged, and even demoed up, but I had no idea what the words were going to be. In fact, the song was getting ready to be yet another unfinished demo until the week after my dad died, when it occurred to me that our soul shake was the last thing that had passed between us and that would ever pass between us. I started thinking about that and thinking about what soul shake might mean in a different context, and a light bulb went on.
Hi, lovers. Yeah, I showed up at your party. Listen, I've got a reputation to uphold, so I'm going to speak now. You absolutely must check out Meant for the Sun, the new album from Jonathan Mudd. Oh my God, it's incredible. The guy is a fearless songwriter. He's like the dean of the tortured poets department. So go, right now, stream Meant for the Sun on Spotify or Amazon or iHeart or Apple Music. I own all those bitches. I love Jonathan Mudd's Meant for the Sun so much, I'm going to listen to it forevermore.
Once I hit on the concept for Soul Shake, the words spilled out pretty quickly. The sentiment behind the lyrics is sad, but the melody is bright and the rhythm is upbeat. And together there's kind of a nice juxtaposition, a bittersweet thing that happens that I kind of like. On the surface of it, Soul Shake seems like a simple enough song. But musically, there's actually a lot of weird stuff going on. There are some major to minor chord changes. And in the middle of the song, there's a key change, a modulation that was a real challenge for me to get into and back out of. But I think the whole thing came off sounding pretty smooth, thanks in large part to the great drum groove played by Elronzi Dutoit, Easy D, and the percussion spice laid down by Chuck Sullivan. Keyboardist John Spurney, who plays on a lot of the songs on the Meant for the Sun album, adds some really nice, breezy electric piano and organ. And I want to call your attention to the bass line played by Andrew Luthringer on this song. It really stitches the whole thing together. Andrew played bass on, I think, 9 out of the 11 songs on the Meant for the Sun album, and he earned a little solo spot. So let's go inside the isolation chamber and hear the absurd bass fill played by Andrew Luthringer on Soul Shake. We'll listen to it by itself and also as it sits in the final track. That's just nuts, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Down the Rabbit Hole, and thanks for sticking with me throughout this entire series. Aside from ripping off Rick Beato and his What Makes This Song Great concept and trying to have a little fun promoting my album, I really didn't know where this was going to go. But I've had fun making these videos, and it's been especially cool to have an opportunity to spotlight all the terrific musicians who contributed to the tracks on the album. I owe them all a ton of gratitude. And to say thanks one more time, I'm going to scroll through all their names at the end of this video. I also want to thank my celebrity endorsers for their cameo appearances in this series. I am humbled by their praise. By popular demand and at the risk of further legal action, I've collected all the endorsements in a single video, which is now posted on my YouTube channel. Check it out. And listen, even though this is the last song I'm digging into from the Meant for the Sun album, I still may have some tricks down the rabbit hole. So please hit the button below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll be the first to know when I post new videos. And visit mudmusic.com, where you can hear music from all 5 of my solo albums. See videos, read lyrics, check out photographs, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and thanks for listening to Meant for the Sun.
I'm dead.